Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where the boundaries of time and space converge, and the tapestry of human experience is woven before our very eyes. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey to explore the captivating tale of the Vikings, from raiders to settlers. As we delve into this intriguing chapter of human history, let us first set our gaze upon the horizon of the past, where the whispers of forgotten centuries await our attention. The Vikings, those enigmatic seafarers and warriors from the north, have long been a subject of both fascination and terror. Their exploits, etched in the annals of history like the intricate patterns on a Viking longship, beckon us to unravel the mysteries of their origins. As we navigate the uncharted waters of time, let us begin our tale in the early 8th century, around 750 CE, when the Scandinavian region was characterized by a complex web of tribal affiliations and petty kingdoms. Imagine yourself standing on the windswept shores of Norway, where the majestic fjords stretch towards the horizon like giants' fingers. It is here that we find the earliest stirrings of Viking society, as various tribes such as the Danes, Swedes, and Norwegians began to coalesce into distinct entities. The region was dotted with small settlements, each centered around a chieftain or king who wielded significant power and influence. One notable figure from this era is King Harald Hårtooth, a Swedish ruler who is said to have united various tribes under his leadership in the mid-8th century. Although the historical record is fragmentary, it is clear that King Harald played a crucial role in shaping the early Viking world, as he forged alliances, waged wars, and established trade networks that would eventually stretch across the continent. As we delve deeper into the historical context of this era, we find that the Vikings were not only skilled warriors, but also master craftsmen, traders, and explorers. Their expertise in shipbuilding, navigation, and combat would soon allow them to embark on daring voyages, establish thriving trade networks, and leave an indelible mark upon the world. The Viking longship, with its sleek design and shallow draft, was the perfect vessel for navigating the treacherous waters of the North Sea and beyond. One notable example of the complex web of alliances and rivalries during this period was the Battle of Bravalla, which took place around 770 CE. This epic clash between the Swedes and the Danes marked a significant turning point in the history of Scandinavia, as it highlighted the growing tensions between the various tribes and set the stage for the Viking expansion that would soon follow. As we explore the earliest history of the Vikings, from raiders to settlers, we also encounter other key figures such as King Sigurd Ring, who ruled over the Swedes in the late 8th century. Although the historical record is often shrouded in myth and legend, it is clear that these leaders were instrumental in forging alliances, waging wars, and ultimately laying the groundwork for the Viking Age. As we conclude our exploration of the earliest history of the Vikings, from raiders to settlers, we find ourselves poised on the cusp of a new era, one marked by epical discoveries, transformative cultural exchanges, and the emergence of legendary figures who would shape the course of human civilization. The stage is set for the Viking Age, an era of unbridled adventure, conquest, and exploration that would forever alter the fabric of European history. Join me, dear listeners, as we venture into the heart of the Viking Age, where myth and legend blend with historical fact to create an unforgettable tale of courage, cunning, and conquest. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we're exploring the captivating tale of the Vikings, from raiders to settlers. As we venture into the heart of the Viking Age, around 800 CE, we find ourselves in an era of unbridled adventure, conquest, and exploration that would forever alter the fabric of European history. Imagine yourself standing on the bustling docks of Hedeby, a thriving Viking trade center located on the shores of present-day Denmark. The sound of hammering on metal, the smell of freshly cut wood, and the sight of vibrant fabrics from distant lands all blend together to create an unforgettable atmosphere. It's here that we find the Vikings at the height of their power, as they establish a complex network of trade routes, forge alliances with neighboring kingdoms, and embark on daring raids that would become the stuff of legend. One notable figure from this era is King Harald Fairhair, who united Norway under his rule in the late 9th century. His military campaigns, which stretched from the British Isles to the Baltic region, not only expanded Viking influence, but also helped to establish a unified Norwegian identity. The Vikings' mastery of shipbuilding and navigation allowed them to traverse the treacherous waters of the North Sea, establishing settlements in places like Iceland, Greenland, and even Vinland, present-day Canada. As we delve deeper into this period, we encounter other legendary figures, such as Leif Erikson, who is credited with leading the first European expedition to North America around 1000 CE. The Vikings' fearless spirit of exploration and discovery led them to establish thriving settlements in these new lands, which would eventually become a vital part of their cultural heritage. The Viking Age was also marked by significant cultural achievements, as evidenced by the intricate designs on artifacts like the Oseberg ship, discovered in a Norwegian burial mound. The ship's ornate carvings, which depict scenes from Norse mythology, demonstrate the Vikings' deep connection to their pagan roots and their remarkable artistic skill. Another notable example of Viking ingenuity is the development of the Thing system, a unique form of governance that allowed for democratic decision-making and dispute resolution. This innovative approach to politics not only facilitated cooperation among Viking communities, but also helped to establish a sense of shared identity and purpose. As we explore the Viking Age, we're struck by the sheer scope of their achievements, from the construction of majestic longhouses like the one at Borg in Norway, to the creation of exquisite artifacts like the Mammon axe, adorned with intricate silver filigree. The Vikings' boundless energy, creativity, and sense of adventure have left an indelible mark on European history, shaping the course of politics, culture, and society for centuries to come. Join me, dear listeners, as we reflect on the enduring impact of the Vikings, from raiders to settlers, and discover how their remarkable story remains an integral part of our shared human heritage. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we're exploring the captivating tale of the Vikings, from raiders to settlers. As we conclude our journey through the Viking Age, we find ourselves reflecting on the lasting legacy of these fearless explorers, skilled craftsmen, and fierce warriors. The Viking Age, which spanned from the late 8th century to the mid-11th century, was a transformative period in European history. The Vikings' discoveries, cultural achievements, and conquests had a profound impact on the development of Western civilization. Their establishment of trade routes, for example, facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures between distant regions, laying the groundwork for the growth of medieval towns and cities. One notable example of Viking influence can be seen in the Danelaw, a region in eastern England that was under Danish rule from the 9th to the 11th centuries. The Vikings' presence in this area led to the introduction of Scandinavian customs, language, and culture, which eventually blended with the existing Anglo-Saxon traditions to create a unique cultural identity. The Viking legacy can also be seen in their contributions to the field of navigation and exploration. Their development of the Nar, a sturdy sailing vessel designed for oceanic voyages, enabled them to reach distant shores and establish settlements in places like Iceland, Greenland, and Vinland. The Vikings' expertise in navigation and cartography was unparalleled in their time, and their discoveries paved the way for later European explorers. In addition to their practical achievements, the Vikings also left a lasting impact on the literary and artistic heritage of Europe. The Poetic Edda and the Prose Edda, two medieval Icelandic manuscripts, contain some of the most important surviving examples of Norse poetry and mythology. These works, which include the stories of gods like Odin and Thor, have influenced generations of writers, artists, and musicians, from Richard Wagner to J.R.R. Tolkien. As we reflect on the Viking Age, we're struck by the complexity and nuance of their culture. The Vikings were not simply brutal warriors or mindless raiders, they were also skilled craftsmen, innovative traders, and fearless explorers. Their legacy is a testament to the power of human creativity, adaptability, and resilience. In conclusion, the story of the Vikings, from raiders to settlers, is a rich and multifaceted one. full of epic battles, daring discoveries, and cultural achievements that continue to inspire and fascinate us today. As we close this chapter in our journey through history, we're reminded of the enduring impact of the Viking Age on Western civilization and the importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage for future generations. Join me next time on History with Herodotus as we explore new chapters in the human story, from the rise of medieval kingdoms to the age of exploration and discovery. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.